All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. It's 12U. We are keeping, look, keeping great time here. You wouldn't know it by the time, but we had overtime. We had overtime today. In the 10U division, which so far has been game of the day. That if you have an opportunity tonight, or maybe tomorrow before the NFL kicks off, go watch that 10U broadcast, because that is a game that is game of the day. It's going to be hard to top that game. Caleb Brown here, set to bring you all of today's action. We have the final two games on the docket between the Suntree Vieira Hawks. No, dang it. Try the Port Orange Hawks. The Suntree Vieira Hawks played earlier today. They played against the 6U Satellite Beach Scorpions. The Port Orange Hawks and the Satellite Beach Scorpions. The Scorpions are going to kick off. Set to do the kicking duties is number 9, Austin Freely. And that's a nice kick, and that's caught there by number 7. Number 7 trying to fight his way there. Get a couple yards on the return. That'll be Aiden Schultz. And that's where Port Orange will take over, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. Number 13, the quarterback handoff, and there's number 15 still up and finally taken down. And that'll be a loss of about 5 or 6 yards on the play. Number 13 again lines up at quarterback. That's Jake Fuit. And the ball carrier was number 15, Liam Shank. And he's going to... Didn't know where that ball was going. Receiver disappeared behind the tent. But that will bring up 3rd down. 3rd and about 15 for Port Orange. The gun drops back. Now he's going to go throwing to the other side. It's caught. And that'll be back to the original line of scrimmage. And he's going to be close. I don't know where they're going to spot this one. It looks like a couple yards short of a 1st down. It's going to be 4th down here for the Hawks. 4th and about 1. They're coming out throwing the football with Jake Foot. Again, if his family's watching, let me know if I'm saying that correctly. It's Fuit. Sends a man in motion. He's going to give off to the back, and the back is going to be stopped. Now, there is a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is, but he was well short. holding on the offense. That penalty will be declined. It will be a turn. Fuit, thank you very much. Appreciate you. That'll be a turnover on downs. And we will get a look at the 12U offense. Carnes cheering for her kids. She can't be here today. Well, we're happy we can bring you this from wherever you are watching this from. Whether it be work, whether it just be you couldn't make it out. And the Port Orange coach is not happy with something. He's talking to the officials. And now his assistant coaches come over, and I'll tell you what, you're fighting in dangerous. When I say you're fighting in dangerous territory, typically a white hat and the referees will listen to the head coach. Once you start bringing over multiple coaches, that's when it starts getting all right. But they made a note of something. 8:13 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll get a chance to take a look at this 12U offense for Satellite Beach. And he'll get a couple of yards. Didn't even see who the quarterback / running back was. I believe it's number 11, Brady Braddock. Or Brady Braddock. Sorry, Braddock. Braddock under center, and they're going with that. Thank you. I actually might do that in between this game and next game. Thank you very much. And there's Braddock, and Braddock pushing his way through. I mean, he is pushing that pile. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Scorpions. This, I almost want to call it a tush-push offense because that's immediately what I think of. There's the more traditional wishbone look and gives it to the second back through. And they're going to say 1st down. He picks it up. That was going to be number 56. Tajarion Miller. And number 3, Cash Browning. Comes over and proceeds to take his injury. And all right, I'm only showing this because he literally came slightly jogging off the sideline. Coach told him to go down. He went down. The referee blew the whistle to stop. As soon as the ref blows the whistle, he pops back up, and coach says, no, you got to go back down. And the White Hat's coming over and saying, look, as soon as he goes down, we all know what's happening. Just get him off the field. And look, the White Hat's smiling because he knows it's clever. And very thankfully, he is walking off under his own power. No, I think there actually was something wrong with him because he kind of came over kind of like on a jogging limp. Like he had the strength to come over to the sideline. He was trying to tell coach, look, something don't feel right. So coach said, go down. Well, he goes down. White Hat blew the whistle, and he popped right back up, and it was funny just the way even the clock operator had a good chuckle at it. Go down. Okay, coach. All right, I'm coming over. No, stay down. Brady Braddock under center, and he's going to go, trying to go right over that A gap, and I think he lost a couple. It's going to be 2nd and 12 now. I don't even know really what to call this offense. I mean, it's almost like the Wildcat, but from under center. And then they'll jump here into this traditional wishbone. Now it's number 1, Chase Tennant. And Tennant, it almost looked like, I don't know if that was supposed to be a play action or a handoff, what that was, but it looked like a whole bunch of confusion. And now it'll be 3rd and about 16 or 17. There's the toss. There to number 16. Number 16 cuts upfield. Just short of the original line of scrimmage. Number 16. That's Strider Kozak. And, okay, so they'll mark him down 3 yards prior to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th down. Three minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Timeout called by Satellite as they couldn't get their play call in time. So 3:03 left to go here. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Kelly Williams Real Estate, with the McCann Group on Beachside. Give Kelly a call at 293-297. Check that. Let me try her number again. 239-297-9504. Information is at the bottom of the screen. Will remain there the entire broadcast. So if you're in the market, give Kelly Williams Real Estate a call of the McCann Group. And Tennant is going to hand off to the deepest back. That's going to be number 5. Slips off a tackle. And that'll be short. Number 5 on the carry, that was Jackson Stevens. So turnover on downs, and we'll see this Port Orange offense. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. And there's the handoff, and what was once an open hole closed really fast. It's number 53 on the carry. It was Chase DeMeglio. I believe that's DeMeglio. On the carry, picks up a yard or 2 or 3. Second and 6. Now going to give it off to number 1, and number 1 will be run into a host of Scorpions and be dropped. That's Isaiah Hicks. Quarterback drops back to pass, dumps it off to the running back who had 2 defenders waiting for him. First one there was number 56, to Jarion Miller. That's your son, Isaiah. All right. Yolanda Robinson. Let us know, let everyone let us know where you're watching, who you're cheering for, and where you're watching from. It's going to bring up 4th down and still about 4th and 6. He's bringing in some extra protection. And we're going to see the punt unit. And that one goes sky high. Not a bad punt. And that's where the Scorpions will take over. 1st and 10. 37 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Home in Port Orange, glad. Absolutely. Hands up to the first back through, and that was number 19 on the carry. That was Landon Kearney. I'm glad you're able to watch the broadcast too. And that will be the final play of the first quarter with your score. The Scorpions, nothing. Port Orange also with nothing. We'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back. We would also like to thank, because I wouldn't be able to do this broadcast if it wasn't for the great support from Kelly Williams Real Estate and the McCann Group of Beachside. Information at the bottom of your screen. If you are in the market, give Kelly Williams a call at 239-297-9504. Number 0, Thibodeau for the Hawks, Mason Thibodeau. And there's the handoff and for the Scorpions. It's again going to be number 56. That's Tajarion Miller. And Miller, or someone got rolled up on. I don't know if they just got rolled up on or they're cramping. But Brevard Sports Network does not show injuries, nor do we speculate. Well, he's got to go off for a play. Once you go down, you got to go off for a play. All right, so here we go. It's going to bring up third down and about four or five. Ball smack dab on the 40-yard line. Go back to that traditional wishbone formation. And number 19 is going to get it. Number 19 will be swallowed up as soon as he reaches the line of scrimmage. That's Landon Kearney. Joe Starzik says, watching home in Columbus, Nebraska. Go Hawks, watching the grandson, Enzo Pinot, number 99. Thank you so much for broadcasting. Absolutely. Columbus, Nebraska. I didn't know there was a Columbus in Nebraska, so thank you for teaching me something. Now, there's a lot of things I can be taught. As far as traveling, I've gone up the East Coast. That's as far I've driven up the East Coast as far as my traveling. There's the toss, and someone got moving early. That's going to be a false start. Oh, not a false start. That was an encroachment on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Now, wait a minute. Hold up. Yep. Encroachment on the defense, 5-yard penalty. And that'll be enough for a Kelly Williams Real Estate and McCann Group Beachside first down. First and 10 from the 45-yard line. And there's the toss there to number 16, and he will be swallowed up in the backfield, number 74. Where is he? There's number 74. Lorenzo Vaglica? Lorenzo Vaglica burst through the line and said, you are going nowhere. And that was a horrible Randy or Macho Man Randy Savage impression. There's the snap, and this time he's going to give it here off to number 15, number 16, slides through and pushed out of bounds, and that's going to bring up third down, and very much manageable. Nice run there by number 16, Strider Kozak. That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 now. That was interesting seeing Randy Macho Man Savage in that Spider-Man movie. From back in 2003, I think. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. And there's the handoff. And once again, making people miss. Dishing out punishment as he's running. Finally knocked out of bounds is Tajarion Miller. And that's going to – so the hit was helmet to helmet hit on the defense. So on top of that run, that's going to be 15 extra yards, and this is the deepest. I don't know, Jacob. It's hard for any of us to tell because it happened underneath the tent. So, or, behind the tent where the camera couldn't really see. And Tennant in at quarterback. There's a snap, and he's going to give it off to Miller. Miller around the left side, and avoided one tackle. Could not avoid the rest of the defenders that were trailing him. And it will be second down and about I hear you. And Tennant rolling right, fires incomplete. That'll bring up third down. But if we are going by that logic, I mean, there's holding on every play. I mean, I can tell you as a former offensive lineman, there is holding going on every play. It's whether or not it's obvious enough to the officials, whether or not it gets called. And I don't know what the running back was thinking there. It's Kozak. And he's still down on the ground. Came down hard on the ground. As personnel is attending to him. 5:16 left to go here in the second quarter. And you will be helped up and walking to the sideline underneath his own power. Checking in for him is number 79, Angel Concespion. Tennant looking, fires, incomplete. Overthrew his receiver who was wide open. That's going to bring up, and that was a turnover on downs. That was 4th down, turnover on downs. And it will be Port Orange ball with 5:08 left to go here in the second quarter. It says a very similar start to our 11U game. Neither offense could really get anything sustained and prolonged driving down the field. And the defenses held out. In that 11U game, it ended up coming down to a bad snap on the punt, which allowed the defense inside the red zone to give the ball to the offense inside the red zone. Which then Brady Hart, who hadn't had a completion all day, gets one completion, gets him inside the 5, and then Brady Hart takes a 3-yard touchdown run. Basically said, I'm going to race the whole defense to the pylon. Can you beat me? And Landry Hart did just that, and it was 8-0, a victory for Satellite Beach. Tennant drops back to pass, fires. He's got a man open, and tried to put it back. Great job by the defender. Who was that defender? Let me get a look at that number because I want to give him his credit because he played that perfectly. That was number, I think, 25 for the Hawks. I don't have a 25. Was that a 24 or 22? Number 24. 42. And with that scamper, that will be enough for a Port Orange first down. And Port Orange with a nice little run there. Fires, he's got number 10. He juggled it 2 or 3 times. Intended receiver there, number 10. Jaden Cooper. And I agree, that was an excellent throw by Jake Fuitt. Fuitt drops back. Fires on the slant and is intercepted. And so the first big turnover happens. Number 11 on the interception. Brady Braddock makes a play on defense and gives his offense great field position. With 4:19 left to go here in the second quarter. I like the play call. I mean, look, you try to catch someone off guard running that slant. Usually if your guy can get a one step lead, that's a big play. Braddock read the quarterback's eyes. Now, can the Scorpions do anything with it? 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Come out in the wishbone. Tennant hands to the third back through. That's Miller, and Miller slides out of a tackle. Miller now getting held up by a flock of Hawks. and pick up about 4 yards on the play. It's going to make it 2nd and 6. There's the handoff. That's number 16 on the carry. That's Strider Kozak. Kozak picking up a nice gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd and about 2. This is, I think, where you put in Braddock and run that A-gap, B-gap offense. There's the handoff, and goes right to Miller. Miller fighting for yardage, and I think he might have picked it up. Port Orange coach does not like the spot. But it will be enough for a Kelly Williams Real Estate and McCann Group Beachside 1st down. .146 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Again, the Scorpions drops back, Tennant fires, and it's caught! What a catch made by number 81. That's Jordan Topier. And what a catch. So it's 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line, and a timeout called. Who called the timeout? Or there was a flag. False start on the offense. There's the handoff to Miller. Miller fights his way forward. And a timeout called by Port Orange. 38 seconds left to go in the half. It's going to be 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line, it looks like. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. I'm going to mute the mic, point it at the scoreboard, and that will count us down during halftime. And then at the end of 10 minutes, I'll come back and get you ready for second half action right here on the Brevard Sports Network, powered by Natwick Insurance. This all-days broadcast sponsored by Kelly Williams and the McCann Group of Beachside. They are the reason that those from out of town or couldn't make it today are able to watch the broadcast because of the great sponsorship that they gave that they decided to partner up with the Brevard Sports Network to make this happen. I didn't see the call. Is it a false start or an offsides? Offsides on the defense, so that's half the distance of the goal. Trying to push it in, and he's in. Tejon Miller. Touchdown, Satellite Beach. And there's a fumbled snap. Going to try to run it in, and it's no good. With 31 seconds left to go in the half, the Scorpions are the first to get on the board. Nope, wrong side. Haha. 6-0. Could that be what they need right there? We get set to kick this one off. No, I'm just stretching my neck. For those of you who wonder who I keep talking to, if you've been good buddy of mine from Quick Cuts, where we're literally window to window right next to each other, and we're some pretty broad-shouldered guys, so we keep bumping into each other. I keep hitting his camera, he keeps trying not to hit mine. Fun. Here comes the kickoff. And that one is going to go out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. I'd like to welcome in the Ridley Hockey League. The RHL tuning into the broadcast. That's cool. Going to be first down. And nice move there. Found some open space. They're finding it right there in the middle. And 22 seconds. Wait a minute. I'm seeing a bunch of... Turnover? No? Okay. I just saw a bunch of clapping and celebrating, and I assume maybe the ball had been turned over. No, there was the penalty for kicking out of bounds. They enforce the penalty. It's to the 40-yard line. And look at that. Number 12 finding some holes in the middle of the defensive line. Timeout called. 16 seconds left. Can you go back and tell me what number that was? Can you tell me who that number was on the previous play? What? Can you tell me what number that was on the previous play? Number 12. All right, so number 12 on that previous play was Jamison Laville. And that will be the final play of the first half with our score. 6-0 Scorpions on top. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with second half action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, here we go. Second half action getting set to kick off right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Let me go ahead and change the scoreboard so I can change to the third quarter. All right, so pretty decent half. Penalties called on both squads. The biggest part of that first half was the Scorpions capitalizing off some nice field position. Oh, wait a minute. The Port Orange tried a squib kick and just recovered it before it went out of bounds. So Port Orange starts off the second half with excellent field position. So now, can the Port Orange offense capitalize? They're starting 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Can Port Orange capitalize and tie up this ball game, maybe even take the lead? Fuitt. Hands off, and there's a nice spin. And here he goes down the sideline going number 1. Finally brought down. And number 1 is Isaiah Hicks. Fuitt gives it off to, and wait a minute, fumble. Who jumped on it? Satellite has jumped back up. And a miscommunication on the mesh point. On that miscommunication, it's now Satellite Beach ball. And there's what I was talking about. Could Port Orange capitalize off the great opportunity they had? And I don't care what division of football, whether you're talking Pop Warner all the way to the NFL, you put the ball on the ground, it's hard to win football games. There's the handoff, Tennant to, and another fumble. Ball's back on the ground. Back-to-back fumbles. Port Orange has jumped on it, and Port Orange has now created another turnover. That's 4 turnovers between these two teams all day, or in this game. Remember, you had Braddock. Braddock caught the interception. Yeah, it was. Braddock caught the interception. There's now been 3 fumbles that have been recovered. And there he goes. There goes Isaiah. And spin move, trying to spin out of it, and now ball's on the ground. Nope, the referee's going to rule him down. The referee's whistle blew him down. It was Isaiah Hicks. I'll tell you what, I think for both these teams, I don't care whether win or lose, coaches will be harping on ball security. There will be a lot of ball security drills coming up in practice this week. So, Fuitt nearly had his second interception thrown today. That was number 19 who nearly had the interception. That was Landon Kearney. Jake Fuitt drops back to pass. Taking a shot. Up ball and nearly intercepted again. That was a 50-50 ball, and what was at one point a 50-50 ball turned into the receiver had to play DB. That's now 2 plays in a row where the interceptions nearly happened if the receiver didn't play DB. There's the toss, and they're going to give it back to Isaiah Hicks, and Hicks will be tracked down from behind by Miller. Miller tracks him down from behind, and that will be a turnover on downs. So yet again, another squandered opportunity. And look, I'm not trying to be critical here, but, I mean, football facts are football facts. If you get the ball inside the opponent's, 35 between the 35-30 yard line, you need to cash in on those opportunities. You get a turnover. And another, and there's a muff snap there. I don't know what was said at halftime, but I can promise you both coaches and coaching staffs are not happy right now. Amir Chappell, we will not be broadcasting the Cocoa versus Melbourne game today. This is the only youth football we have on the docket for the day. There's the handoff, and finally a back pushes through. It's going to bring up 3rd down here. Third down and about 4 or 5. And there's the toss to 19, who's might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by number 20, who's flexing, showing off those muscles. That's Spencer Schnether in on the tackle, and he's going to force 4th down here for the Satellite Beach Scorpions. And there's, I don't know who, I judging by the back's reaction. Oh, okay. The defensive lineman, they're saying, came into the neutral zone before the back moved. I'm not sure about that one. Now, I will say, I will say, I am looking at the replay now of it. The referees don't have that. Yes, he did. I don't know. Wow. No, the defender came in the neutral zone before he moved. So, watching the replay, the defender was in the neutral zone, which only then did the running back move in a major way. Wishbone formation. Tennant hands off to the first back through, and he'll pick up a gain of a few yards. Really nice run of about 6 or 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4 for Satellite Beach. And I think the pace of this game is starting to get to some of the players. Some of them are starting to get antsy, and gives that one off to Miller, and Miller is stopped almost immediately. That's going to bring up 3rd down. As soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, he was just mauled. And that's the way you got to tackle Miller. .253 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tennant under center. And he'll give it to the right back. And he might have picked up a yard or so. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And there's Miller. Miller has a 1st down and then some. Miller found a hole, hit the gas, and was brought down, but not before picking up a Kelly Williams Real Estate and McCann Group Beachside 1st down. And Tennant gets the play call from Coach. Play action. Tennant fires. He's got a man and intercepted. Intercepted by Port Orange. Was that number 1 on the interception? I think Isaiah Hicks just made himself a defensive play. What an interception nonetheless. Ball slightly underthrown, and it will be 1st down. Oh, number 15? Check that. On the replay, it's number 15, Liam Shank. Liam Shank with the interception. But now, can they do something with it? That's now 5 turnovers between these two teams in this game. My apologies. No. You between you and them gave me the right answer. Just apologizing for saying the wrong name to somebody. .32 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 8. And there's a nice chunk of yards. Believe number 7 was on the carry. Aiden Schultz. And that will be the final play of the the third quarter as we head to the fourth. If I can untwist my tongue and organize the thoughts. We are heading to the fourth quarter where it will be third down for the Port Orange Hawks. Again, let's thank our sponsors who are the reason we are able to be out here. Kelly Williams Real Estate and the McCann Group of Beachside. Information is there at the bottom of your screen and has been for the entire game and the entire day. I'd like to thank them for stepping up and sponsoring this broadcast so Alan could pay me. You know, it's so we get set to start the fourth quarter. Again, coming up after this game, we'll have 14U between the Hawks and the Scorpions. Next week, I will be at Vieira Regional Park for Suntree Vieira versus Satellite all day long. That's where I'll be at next weekend. And flags go a-flying. Hope someone brought that Tide stick because there's dirty laundry all over the field. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. It'll make it third down and 10. And lost about 2 yards on that carry. And a timeout being called by couldn't tell if that was Satellite or Port Orange that called the timeout with 9:37 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Hope you're enjoying your day of youth football and maybe some college football. I'll take my happiness where I can as I'm a Gator fan, so I'm not going to have much to be smiling about this season. But, you know, we picked up a win today, and I'll take that happiness while I can to move back to 500. And there's the punt. And it will take a Hawk bounce, a beautiful bounce. But the Scorpions will take over 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. I talk about the happiness as a Gator fan because This, no matter what, at the end of the season with the way it's going, we're probably going to have to engulf another buyout. So Florida will add another coach on that list to coaches' buyouts we're still paying off because, that's where the money needs to be thrown at. Handoff up the middle. And he's still pushing. He's still pushing that pile. Number 11 on the carry. It's that's Brady Braddock. I'd like to welcome everyone tuning in here to the Brevard Sports Network. Fourth quarter of the 12U game. 8:46 left to go in this one. Tennant gives to the third back through, and that is Miller, and Miller continues to churn and burn yards. Trajan Miller. Scorpions lead at 6-0 there up on the McCann Group Beachside scoreboard. And there's a spin move and falls forward. I think he'll be short of a first down, short by like 3 yards. Second down, second down about 4 from the 30-yard line. There's the handoff to the deep back, and that'll be number 19 on the carry, Landon Kearney. Satellite Beach doing what they need to do here, just handing the ball off, letting the clock tick. If you can put another score on the board, that would be very helpful. There's another nice run, that time by Miller. Timeout called by Port Orange as they begin the process of trying to burn timeouts. Conserve as much clock as can. As Queens We Will Rock You blasts across Zach Sealy Field. You know, in watching that movie, Queen, it was awesome to kind of hear them tell the story of how that song was made, and just the backstory that went into it. I enjoyed that one. There's a handoff at the middle, number 19, and Kearney just he ran into a shoulder, and it's going to hurt. 6.5 minutes left to go in the game. Again, Satellite Satellite Beach is doing everything they need to do. Right now, they're picking up positive yardage. Right now, it's going to bring up third down and about 3 or 4 inside the red zone. And whistle, whistle, whistle. False start on the offense. Check that. Offsides on the defense. So that'll make it first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. There's the handoff, and number 74 was the first one in there. It's Lorenzo Vaglica. Well, I didn't see. I didn't see that. I just assumed. I assumed false start. I didn't honestly see who moved or when they moved. It was just one of my assumptions. And Miller right up the middle. .440 left in the game. But you know what they say assuming does. I've definitely been accused of being that once or twice in my life. And a timeout called by Satellite Beach as they face third and about 7. What games are you still looking forward to today as we get ready to hit the 6 o'clock hour? Any games that you like college football wise? Any games you're liking tomorrow in the NFL? I'm a Bucs fan, so it's interesting because I still have to live with the fact that we can't run the. I mean, we've gotten wins. I'm not complaining about getting wins, but I wish we'd looked better doing it. And I hope to see wins against better teams. There's a snap. And that's going to be Miller. Miller fighting to the outside. It's going to bring up fourth down. Call it fourth and about 5. Leah Donaldson says, "Go Bills." Six nothing here in the final waning seconds. 3.5 minutes left to go here in this one. There's the handoff. And Miller found some wide open space. And Miller caps this one off with a touchdown. Trajan Miller. And it's 12-0 Scorpions on top. And I didn't see the call. They're going to try to kick the 2-point kick. It's going to be number 8, Luca Reynolds. And had some trouble there with the snap. But they put 6 more points on the board. And I'll say this, if Port Orange has anything in the bag that they're saving for a special time, now would be the time to try to pull it out. 3:12 left. I mean, look, if they have some big playability, just up to this point, they have not shown me anything big play that can help get them 2 scores in the course of 3 minutes. I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying I haven't seen anything today offensively. Now, those in the comments who are from Port Orange, you might have seen you might seen some things in other games that I haven't. And that's very well a good possibility. I'm just making my statement based on what I have seen today from this group. And they're going to pooch it, and it will go out of bounds. So they'll take the ball. They're explaining again the rule to the coach. Be 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. That's where the penalty will be enforced. And there's a pass out to Isaiah. Incomplete, they call the pass, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Michelle Naomi, welcome back. And that pass is overthrown by Fuitt. 2:51 left to go. I believe so, Jacob Atwell. I'm not sure. I know some leagues have different rules, and I personally have covered 4 different leagues this season, so I might be getting. All right, glad to hear you'll be back for the 14U game. I would have to go look that one up. Oh wow. That ball batted down Because, yeah, again, covering 4 different leagues in the area this season, different leagues have different rules. I thought it was the 40. So it might just be from the 30, and if it goes out of bounds before the 30-yard line, then you get it there. .247 left to go here in this one. Sideline warning issued to the coaches, who were not pleased with the call. It's going to be a shot, and caught! Isaiah Hicks with a reception. That was a beautiful catch, too. Went up, fought for it, came down with it. 239. If they can catch him in stride, that would be that big play capability that I was talking about. And, wow. Yeah, that's going to be an ineligible receiver. One of the linemen caught that one. So that'll be number 18. But I'll still give him credit for the reception. Evan Weinbrenner. And Weinbrenner with a reception. Oh, okay. They're gonna wave the flag off. So Evan Weinbrenner gets credit with the reception. All right. Casually lined up. You line up as the left guard and come up with a pass reception. I think it's because it was behind the line of scrimmage. Fires, and it's caught. Another big pass play, and that time it's caught by number 15, Liam Shank. Timeout called by Port Orange. So, I mean, listen, one is a big play for all linemen everywhere. Look, Evan, or they're calling me the Big Evan, plays right guard or left guard, caught a reception on the previous play. .154 left to go here in the game. And then you had Liam Shank, who had a great interception earlier that I mistakenly gave to somebody else. Come on. Jake Fruitt fires, and in and out of the hands. His intended receiver was number 10, Jaden Cooper. And Fruitt trying to escape the pocket, and that will go as a sack. That'll be number 5, Jackson Stevens, coming up with a sack. .123 left to go in this one. This will bring up 3rd and 9. And that'll be a reception. Or maybe an incompletion. Fuitt again having to try to escape pressure, and that will be a sack for number 0, Cristiano Juarez. And that'll be a turnover on downs, and with 14 seconds left, the referees will probably just go ahead and wind the clock. So the Satellite Beach and they say wind the clock. No reason to have them snap it. So Satellite Beach now comes off of losing the first 3 games to now winning 2 straight today in the 11U and in the 12U. So we're going to go ahead and end this broadcast and get set for 14U action, our final game of the day, coming up in about 12 minutes right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Your final score, the Satellite Beach 12, Port Orange 0. See you, hopefully, for 14U.